What's your most painful example of I did everything I could but it still wasn't enough? I was in 7th grade when the lunch lady died from old age, TBH. I didn't even know her name, but we all loved her. So when Miss Zelaya came in, she had big shoes to fill. Massive shoes. Like trying to replace Mr. Rogers with a TikTok influencer. Me and my friends were all talking about it in the class group chat one night when my friend sent me the craziest photo I'd ever seen. She had found it from her friend at Lincoln High, the last school Miss Zelaya worked at. When she thought no one was looking, they caught her sprinkling white powder into the mashed potato. Like she's Walter White but for middle schoolers. It wasn't enough evidence to get her fired because the school claimed it could be Photoshop, but it was still enough for the whole class to look at her differently. But the more I watched her, the more things weren't adding up. One afternoon when school was over, I caught her sneaking one of the younger children into an empty classroom. I trailed behind her, and when I peeked through the door, my eyes widened because she was tutoring a classroom of special needs kids for free. And my friend Marcus told me Miss Zelaya had been paying for his dinner all week because his mom forgot to load money on his account. None of it made sense. And that's when my own secret started becoming a problem. To understand my secret, you need to understand rural upstate New York. Let me paint the picture. These people think illness is attention-seeking behavior. Like having a pancreas that doesn't work is the same as dyeing your hair blue for clout. So much so that my principal banned kids from carrying EpiPens or insulin because he said it was all fake. And I had type 1 diabetes. Like, hello, my blood sugar isn't a social construct. And 3 weeks after Miss Zelaya was hired, I felt it. My hands got shaky during 5th period, and I knew my blood sugar was crashing. I asked to go to the bathroom before running to the cafeteria to look for OJ, but my knees buckled before I got there. So there I was, lying on the hallway floor when Mrs. Anderson passed by and rolled her eyes. Oh great, another one faking for attention. Get up, Sarah. I tried to talk, but my mouth felt like cotton. The room spinning like a discount carnival ride. Teachers stood around telling me to stop being dramatic. One even said they should call my parents about my behavior problem, until I heard someone running towards me. It was Miss Zelaya. She got on her knees for me and pulled something sticky from her apron pocket. When she squeezed it into my mouth, I recognized it instantly. It was glucose gel. Within minutes, the fog lifted. I could see in HD again. Miss Zelaya helped me sit up and got me OJ from the cafeteria. She stayed right there holding my hand while we waited for the ambulance to come. Mr. Brooks showed up and immediately started yelling. He dragged me to his office even though the paramedics said I needed to go to the hospital. You gave in to her bratty little show, he sneered at Miss Zelaya. Now every kid is going to fake diabetes for attention. This is exactly why I don't believe in made-up medical conditions. Even my friends were mad at Miss Zelaya. Emma said she made me look weak. Zach said I was embarrassing myself by letting the Darg lady help me. I decided not to tell my parents about it. I just wanted the whole thing to blow over. Spoiler alert, it didn't. Like, at all. Because the next morning, I walked into a parking lot and saw a group of parents had prepared a gift for Miss Zelaya. They had smashed every window of her car and filled the inside with rotting food. Signs were taped everywhere saying, taste your own poison, and Darg dealer. They were actually celebrating and taking pictures. I looked around and that's when I saw her. Miss Zelaya standing at a distance where no one could spot her, with tears streaming down her face. When all the parents finally left to go to work, I expected her to call the police, or at least crash out. But no, she just quietly got a trash bag from the janitor's closet and started cleaning up the mess. She didn't yell or anything, just cleaned. 2 days later, the school suspended her. Security escorted her out while she sobbed. Kids cheered and parents clapped, and I never saw her again, until a week later, that is. I was on my way to the bathroom when I found her packing up her things. She was crying so hard her shoulders shook. I know I should have comforted her, but curiosity got the best of me. So instead, I sat beside her and asked what really happened with the white powder and mashed potato. The white powder was vitamins, she said, wiping her face. The food supplier has been sending expired meat and old produce for years. Kids were getting sick all the time, but nobody connected it. I started adding vitamin supplements to boost their immune systems. Full story on channel, link below.